Okay. Can you please introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background?
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Shipra Bansal and this is my daughter Shreya. We are from India, New Delhi, and she was diagnosed with scoliosis in 2017 and we've been coming to the clinic. This is our fifth visit here and I think her spine curvature has really improved.
When and how were you diagnosed with scoliosis?
We went on a regular appointment with her pediatrician in August 2017 and the pediatrician recommended us to an endocrinologist who thought that she had scoliosis because just one of her shoulders was off and it was just silent. We didn't know anything about the disease at all. We didn't know anybody who had scoliosis. So but then it was diagnosed by an orthopedic doctor in India in 2017.
What led you to seek treatment with Dr. Kevin Lau?
We visited a lot of doctors in India and my cousin here who is a professor at NUS, she teaches biology. She in fact came to Dr. Kevin with Shreya's x-rays and she thought it was the best place for us to come and get treatment.
Alright. What did you do before undergoing treatment at ScolioLife?
We actually had no idea about scoliosis. It wasn't a disease that is very common or that is diagnosed in Indian girls. But I'm sure it is there, but it is not diagnosed. So we were one of those people who had no idea. So once Shreya was diagnosed, she didn't have any pain, she did not have any difficulty. We only kind of realized that one of her shoulders was off, one was higher than the other one. And so we got treatment from a doctor in India. And he got a brace made that was not really made to her size. That was a generic brace. And that didn't really do anything much for her. So we were looking at better treatment options.
Okay. Can I know, how did scoliosis impact your daily activities and overall quality of life?
As I mentioned before, it did not really impact her life in a great way, except physically just looking at her, you would realize that there was something off, but it wasn't really impacting her life per se because we had no idea about scoliosis as something that needed treatment. So I don't think that it was impacting her life in a great way, but once we got it rectified, then I think she just looked straighter and everything kind of fell in place.
Okay. Was your scoliosis getting worse before getting treatment with ScolioLife?
When she was diagnosed, it was 25 degrees in her upper half of the spine and 20 degrees in her middle spine, and that was the curvature that we came here with. So, and then eventually it came down to 12 degrees and 5 degrees, which is almost wouldn't even be called scoliosis. So I think it was at that time, it was at a degree that really went down after we came here for 3-4 treatments.
Can you share your experience during the treatment process at ScolioLife?
I think I'll let Shreya answer that question.
So the treatment process here is like, it wasn't like a very intensive thing. Everything was explained well in advance, and I knew why I was doing what I was doing. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay. Okay. How did the team at ScolioLife support you throughout your treatment journey?
I think initially when Dr. Lau sat with us and explained the curvature to us and how that was going to actually affect her spine later on if we didn't get treatment done. After that, when we came here for 5-day intensive treatments, this is our 5th visit here for the 5-day intensive. And at every visit, I think Shreya looks straighter. And eventually I think everyone at the clinic has been very helpful and also for follow-up, and we've come for our brace realignment. We've got a new brace once, and we have also been following up with the exercises and diet. Everything has been very well explained to us.
Okay. What advice would you give to others considering doing this treatment?
Oh, absolutely. They need to come to ScolioLife. I think anybody who is in need of a better treatment and they think that their current treatment is not doing enough for them, then they need to come to ScolioLife in Singapore and find Dr. Kevin Lau and get their scoliosis curvature much improved.
What are your results after treatment? Did the scoliosis degree improve? Did your back look better after the treatment?
Yes, it absolutely did. When we came initially in 2017, the curvature was 25 degrees in her upper spine and 20 in her lower spine. And after getting a series of treatments done, it was 12 degrees in her upper spine and 5 degrees in her lower spine. So her spine was almost straight.
Okay. What positive changes have you noticed in your life since completing the treatment?
This is my last treatment, and ever since beginning it, I've noticed because of scoliosis, we had to change our diet and exercise pattern, everything. So I think that overall was a positive impact on lifestyle also, more than the disease. So it's been a positive journey since the starting.
Okay. Do you explore other treatment options for scoliosis before choosing ScolioLife? And if so, what made ScolioLife stand out?
We were exploring other options in India. We haven't explored any other options, but the orthopedic doctor in India had a generic brace that was very thick and it had foam inside. It led to a lot of perspiration. So there wasn't much, it wasn't comfortable to wear at all, and it wasn't designed particularly for Shreya's size, body. So it was a very, very difficult journey with that, and we had to kind of when we came here and we did the 360-degree alignment and got a brace made to her size. I think that was a huge improvement on her scoliosis treatment.
Okay. How would you describe the support and communication you received from the ScolioLife team throughout your treatment?
We have received very regular communication from the ScolioLife team through WhatsApp, through emails, through video consultations with Dr. Lau. And everything has been explained to us. We know what the next step needs to be, including how long she needs to wear the brace, and also what changes she needs to make in her diet and lifestyle, and the exercises she needs to do during the course of her treatment plan. So everything is very well explained.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone who is considering ScolioLife for scoliosis treatment?
We would highly recommend it, and we would really ask them to come to the ScolioLife clinic and get their scoliosis treatment done. It would really, really impact their curvature, and it would make them look straighter, feel more confident, and just feel better about life in general.
Have you noticed any long-term benefits or changes in your overall health and well-being? Do you feel more in control and empowered in taking care of your scoliosis?
When we started, scoliosis made me feel a bit less confident about myself because I was diagnosed with a disease that is not very common. So that made me feel like not so comfortable with my body. But as the treatment began and as improvements were being shown, I felt more confident about myself and just more confident in life.
Okay. If you were to summarize your experience with ScolioLife in a few words, what would you say?
Oh, it has been a very, very positive experience, and I think I would highly recommend it to anybody who is diagnosed with scoliosis to please come to ScolioLife and get your treatment done here. Do a 5-day intensive, do a 3-day intensive, at least do a consultation with Dr. Kevin Lau to understand your situation better.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, ScolioLife.